What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with a video on the Kaiju MonsterVerse Godzilla X Kong. The new empire is still freaking slaying at the box office. It's getting close to hitting $500 million or so. Not that Rotten Tomato means anything, but it's also got a pretty good score on Rotten Tomato, 54% from the so-called critics. I go to a lot of critic screenings, doesn't really mean much. The audience score, 91%. So from a fan point of view and from a critic point of view, it was very successful, and also financially, it has made money. So we're going to talk about the future of the Kaiju legendary MonsterVerse. So much Kaiju potential with Apple TV confirming season 2, with them also confirming multiple other projects are in the work. It's a freaking good time to be a Kaiju, a legendary MonsterVerse fan. So if you could do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and let me know which freaking Kaiju Titan do you want to end the MonsterVerse. As soon as I bring Destoroyah's name up, people have a frenzy in the comment section saying it can't be Destoroyah, it's got to be some random made-up character. Also, become a channel member for less than 99p, less than $1. It really does help keep the lights on in the very small Warstu studio. Also, check us out on Instagram at Warstu to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful voice, and also check us out on Twitter, WarstuG. Right, let's get into today's video. So, the most recent box office numbers, according to the internet, I've used two different websites for the sourced information. According to the numbers.com, which is very reliable, and also according to a different website that I use that I think is quite reliable, Box Office Mojo by IMDb Pro, they are saying it's $442 million, but they haven't shown any recent update. But if you head over to the numbers website, it's showing a global total of 441 million. But again, this website isn't showing any data for Friday and obviously for Saturday being today, so we don't know what the real numbers are. But it does look like it could approach $500 million. And a lot of people said this movie would fail. It's definitely made money. Domestically, 162. Internationally, 279. It's worth saying that a good proportion of this is coming from the Chinese box office, which they don't get as much kickback from. What I mean is the studio makes less money when they make money in China. For some reason, the split is ridiculous to the point where they don't get much of a kickback. But either way, it is good for the Kaiju legendary MonsterVerse because it tells us that there is a box office reach. There is potential. People want more MonsterVerse stuff. Personally, I think this movie should have done a hell of a lot better, but it was a weird marketing strategy releasing two mega sonic juggernauts next to each other. Dune 2 did 600 million plus. Godzilla X Kong has done 440 so far. Personally, I think Dune 2 is the best movie of the year so far. And yes, I do watch lots of movies that aren't superhero movies before anyone says that down below. So within the Godzilla X Kong novel, there is some interesting information about what actually went down when it comes to Shimo. And did Shimo really freeze Ghidorah? People say I said that word wrong. Come at me down below. So the event where Shimo froze Ghidorah was an entirely separate event from the Ice Age, as the ice found in Greenland didn't match up the age of the ice found on Ghidorah. They were found in an entirely different location. Godzilla fought Shimo in his base form long ago. Interesting. It looked like the first time they interacted, but his attacks didn't hurt or affect Shimo, according to the cave art. The artist portrayed Goju as worried, but it's theorized that that's what the artists fear being pushed on Godzilla, rather than Godzilla being worried. The freezing of Greenland was near instantaneously. That's nearly 800,000 square feet frozen instantaneously. The greatest feat we've ever seen, aside from Godzilla blasting a hole that reached Hollow Earth. It seems heavily implied that the version of Goju that beat Ghidorah in the past was not capable of beating Shimo, and he needed to evolve to truly stand a chance against her. Very interesting, because I keep saying on multiple videos that the MonsterVerse Godzilla could body Scar King and Shimo single-handedly, and yeah, it's satire, it's a bit of a joke when I say that. I still think he could. So the MonsterVerse has a very bright future ahead. Adam Wingard, as we've stated multiple times, has said multiple times, he's teasing things because he realistically wants the audience, the fans of Godzilla X Kong Empire and the MonsterVerse as a whole, to talk about it. So he basically teased the following. He would take a third MonsterVerse movie and claimed it would likely be the Godzilla version of Godzilla X Kong story. So, of course, me being the boy Warstu, I've implied multiple times that it's gotta be Space Godzilla, but it could be, realistically. Did Space Godzilla eat the dying star? We don't know. Actually, we do know the answer to that. But a lot of other names have come out of the hat. Destoroyah being the main one. And I guess you could take Adam Wingard's words out of context, but he makes a comparison. Adam Wingard's Godzilla vs. Destoroyah comparison sets a very high bar for Godzilla vs. Kong 3, which realistically, he's not saying that is the case. What he's saying is he likes the inspiration behind that movie. But if he is, he expressed the following. Wingard expressed an interest in matching the emotion resonate that Godzilla vs. Destoroyah offered with that character. Godzilla Jr., sudden death, Godzilla efforts to revive him later, tragically melting at the end of the film, prove that audiences truly can emotionally connect with the monsters. Adam Wingard noted Godzilla movies made since have struggled to recreate the feel. If Godzilla vs. Kong 3 can pull that off and give him a significant screen time, to boot, Godzilla vs. Kong 3 can be the MonsterVerse definitive, divine ending, to the point where you could call it Godzilla X Kong The Final Days, as you're probably going to see on a thumbnail. So it doesn't specifically say it's going to be Biollante or Destoroyah or Space Godzilla or Gargan or Caesar or Warstu. It could be anyone, but I've seen a lot of theories going around that because of the whole Apex and the whole Monarch dating back to a Legacy Monarch TV show, and also the fact that there was the man-made Mecha Godzilla, that humanity may be the villain of this, because as we know, Godzilla has destroyed multiple different cities just in Godzilla X Kong alone. They kind of destroy parts of Rome, there's Rio de Janeiro, so on and so forth. So maybe humanity are going to start fighting back against the Alpha Titans. So maybe Biollante could be a perfect pick. But then again, Oxygen Destroyer has been set up since King of the Monsters. But we all know who is the King of the Monsters and who is Godzilla's most fearsome enemy. Fearsome protagonist. No, not Scar King. He was literally a joke. Godzilla himself is the Titan. So that's why I always say Space Godzilla. Put Godzilla up against himself, which they did with Godzilla vs. Kong back in 2021. Yes, he was essentially defeated by humans, kind of, I guess you could say. But the fact that they have started to build their own Titans, and the fact that humanity will be getting at the Titans, destroying every single city. I mean, in Godzilla 2014, they destroyed a bunch of places. Then in King of the Monsters, they destroyed even more. Then in Godzilla vs. Kong, they blew a hole and they destroyed more locations there. Where's next? Where's the next? Come in the UK, start destroying London. That would be sick. Also, you'd get a bunch of tax credits, a bunch of reimbursed money, and it'll be way cheaper to film in England. Come destroy London. That would be cool for the next one. So I don't know who they're gonna have as a villain for the next movie, but I guess humanity would be. But there's lots of crazy theories around about an alien invasion. It could be anything. But I do believe that Destoroyah or Space Godzilla, the Devil Kaijus, they should realistically be the final boss for the MonsterVerse. And I'm not saying it has to happen soon, because there's so much potential. I really hope we get a standalone Godzilla movie and a standalone Kong movie before we get another final, Avengers Endgame, destroy all monsters level event, because there is a lot of potential. The fact that both the last two, Godzilla vs. Kong, Godzilla X Kong, have done over $400 million and made their budget back, tells Legendary, because Legendary funds 75%, Warner Bros. Fund 25%, it's a Legendary movie. It tells both studios that are involved that there is a huge audience for this kind of stuff. I just have not seen it yet break the capacity where it breaks 700 million. That would be cool if something like that could happen. Realistically, Godzilla -1 did well, but let's be honest, Godzilla X Kong destroyed it. I get it, low budget versus high budget, but realistically, if the $135 million budget is accurate and somewhat true, literally tells you that Godzilla X Kong had a pretty low budget as well, to be honest. So, like always, guys, I'm going to try my best to keep doing Kaiju, MonsterVerse-based videos. So if you've got any video requests down below, let me know down below and I'll try my best to do them. I really do like doing MonsterVerse videos. I really hope we get an official reveal of, what is the next movie being called. Or just confirm another movie is coming and give us a teaser like they did with Son of Kong way, way, way back ago. And it turned out to be, Suko was in it. So there was some truth. So like always, guys, check us out on Instagram at Warstu. Check us out on Twitter, WarstuG, and I'll catch you in another video very soon. Catch ya later.